So hello and welcome back to the Radical Rich channel. On this channel we are talking about our finances and about getting out of debt most specifically. We also share a little bit of our journey, of what our family is going through as we get out of debt. So if you haven't done it already, click on the bottom right hand channel right in this area right here and subscribe. And that way you can join us on the journey, and then there's a little bell right beside that. Click that as well, so that way you'll always be updated when we add a new video. So today's video, Lindsay was browsing around Facebook the other day and she saw a Facebook post from Dave Ramsey. And that Facebook post, you remember about what it said?
It said, when was your I've had it moment?
Yep, so we thought that we would tell you our I had it moment. Not just tell you, but we physically brought you to the location where the I had it moment took place. This was the moment when Lindsay most specifically decided she had enough. She was tired of living the way she was living. She was tired of not having enough. She was finally mad enough to do something about it. And so we had already been studying about Dave Ramsey already, kind of getting out of debt, paying a little bit here and there on debt. But this is her I had it moment. So you want to tell the story?
Sure. Well, do you want to show the intersection? So my I've had it moment happened right here on this road. I was driving a Suburban that only got me where I needed to go about half the time. It was getting very unreliable.
We had to put oil in it like almost every time we drove it.
Yes, and I broke down multiple times, and this was with 5 kids under the age of 10, and it was very stressful. I mean, at one time the police even had to pick us up, and Daniel would come deal with it as long as he was in town, but there would be times where he would be out of town for work, and I don't have any family around here, so I would end up in a pickle. Thankfully, I do have some close friends that were able to help me, but it was still very stressful to have such an unreliable vehicle with 5 kids under the age of 10. And so one day I was taking Grace to school, and I made it to school to drop her off, and coming back my Suburban just died in the middle of the road. And so I managed to get it off the road and called Daniel. And while I was sitting there on the side of the road, after multiple breakdowns in that vehicle, I just decided that I had it. I was angry, I was crying and beating on the steering wheel, and I'm just being really real here. I decided at that point that I was done. I did not want to be just a stay-at-home mom anymore. I wanted to bring in an income for my family. And I was tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I was sick of the debt and basically anything you can think of that comes with living paycheck to paycheck and not having enough. We had been through it. You know, I always thought maybe I would go back to work after the kids were grown, but that was my I've had it moment. I decided right then that I was going to do something, and I was going to earn an income, and I was going to help turn this ship around. This ship was going in the wrong direction. And I knew I had to help turn it around. I knew that Daniel's a great husband and father, and he wanted to do it by himself, but it was just too much for him. And that was when I made that decision then to help him turn the ship around. 2 are better than 1, and 2 people can do a whole lot more than 1 person can do on their own.
So when Lindsay had this moment, her I've had it moment, I knew that it was something big, because it really takes a lot for her to get upset about something, to really kind of come to the point of I've had it, because she's not quick-tempered. So that is when we began paying debt at a much greater rate of speed, and we've got what Dave Ramsey calls gazelle intense.
Yes.
Really intense about paying off our debt, about creating extra income, about budgeting. And so that's the story about when it happened. And shortly after that is when we first started trying a YouTube channel, and you've pretty much been with us on the journey since then.
Yes, and And right after that, I enrolled in CNA school and started the 6-month process of getting my CNA license and just selling things and just doing whatever I could basically to bring in some extra income for our family.
Yeah.
So we also used every penny we got for Christmas that year, and instead of spending it on ourselves, we paid it against debt.
So that's our story of when we had enough and decided to be radical and change your life. Tell us in the comments below if you have a similar story of when you decided to change your finances or change something in your life. Or better yet, if you make YouTube videos, make a video, tell us your story, let us know about it, and we'll add in the description a link to your video.